Welcome along, race fans, and welcome to the Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya for the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix. We've had some great opening races, but here we are for qualifying around this historic circuit. And let's see what the cars can do around this fan-favorite circuit. Welcome to our practice report here. Yuki Tsunoda got the best of his teammate Keita Watanabe for the first time this season. However, Keita Watanabe got the upper hand in practice 2, along with practice 3, showing some good pace and showing to see if he can keep up the good form he's had in the last 2 races. 2 podiums for the Toyota driver. And this team setup, while it is set for a dry track, reports say that rain is supposed to be forecast for the end of the Grand Prix. It's not 100% certain, but it says it's coming. Toyota also brought some marketing upgrades, investing more in the marketing department along with engine power upgrade, durability upgrade to the energy store, a front downforce upgrade, and a drag reduction upgrade, which brings it up to 4th in the pecking order, just behind Aston Martin for best of the rest. Here goes Keita Watanabe through turn 5 into turn... Well, no, this is turn 5. And gets a bit on the gravel. The Toyota, once again, struggling with that rear end as he goes through turn 6. Heading through turn 16 now. It's been a decent lap from Watanabe, aside from the mistake through the gravel trap. And what's the time going to be? It's only good for P8. Here he goes, as for his next run through the chicane that many drivers have been complaining about since its introduction to the circuit way back in the day. But now we go across the line, 9/10 up on his previous time, only P11. Watanabe for his 3rd lap, purple in the 1st sector, green in the 2nd sector. What's the time going to be as he crosses the line to NQ1, and it's good for P9. But Yuki Tsunoda looks to be setting the benchmark for Toyota in this session, but we've lost both Haas's, both Alfa Romeos, and both Williams. Through the final corner now, Keita Watanabe tight through, heading towards the line, DRS wide open, and it's good for P3, behind the 2. And here we go, purple middle sector for the Toyota driver. He rides the curb, a lot of sausage curb out of turn 15. Through turn 16 now, he's P8. A lot of drivers on the medium compound tires. What is the time going to be? And it's fastest overall, another purple sector. And he's 9/10 ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And Max Verstappen switches to the soft tires to pip Keita Watanabe to top of Q2. Yuki Tsunoda unfortunately doesn't make it through, but both Mercedes on the medium tire along with Sergio Perez. And now, heading to turn 16 now, Keita Watanabe on his used set of soft tires. It doesn't look like it's been the greatest run, and it hasn't been. And now, here we go. The Toyota driver, 2 green sectors, and he's 7/10, and he's gaining time through the chicane he goes. In only 1 corner left. Can he finally get the pole position? He's going wide to the 3rd corner. He's on the gravel, and he spins. Keita Watanabe flubs it in the final corner. He's the wrong way around, and he's crossing the track. Thankfully, the Red Bull misses him, but that has surely destroyed another chance for a pole position. And Keita Watanabe starts this race from 10th on the grid, and Lewis Hamilton gets his 2nd pole position of the year. But with him and Max Verstappen on the front row yet again, Watanabe's got even more of a hurdle to cross. Here we are, race fans, and welcome. This is the track where we come to for testing, but this time around we're back for the race, the Spanish Grand Prix, a venue that's been on the Formula 1 calendar ever since its modern conception for countless years, almost been on the calendar for every year of the Formula 1 calendar. But here we go, here for another historic Spanish Grand Prix. And here we are, the Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya, an array of slow, medium, and fast speeds, which is why the F1 teams love coming here for preseason testing, because it gives the cars so many challenges to come through. And of course, some historic racing has come at the circuit. Turn 3, where we saw Fernando Alonso on the Mercedes, and many more historic moments to come. And here we are onto the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix, and once again our title protagonists Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen is on the front row of the grid, but Keita Watanabe, after a tragic spin in the final corner of Q3, finds himself 10th on the grid, but he's level on points with Lewis Hamilton heading into this race. So can he make his way up the grid? Can he pip a win, or can he pip some good points? Can he limit the damage? We'll have to wait and see. But here we are, here's your starting grid for the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton on pole position, his 2nd time in a row, and Max Verstappen is on the front row. And this has been our front row for the last 3 races, and there's only been 3 races on this so far. Let's see if we can go. Bottas 3rd, Perez 4th, Leclerc 5th, and Sebastian Vettel 6th, Norris 7th, Stroll 8th, Ricciardo 9th, and Keita Watanabe in the our last spot in the top 10. Carlos Sainz 11th, Fernando Alonso 12th, Yuki Tsunoda 13th, Esteban Ocon 14th, Pierre Gasly and Antonio Giovinazzi 15th and 16th. Mick Schumacher 17th. Kimi Räikkönen in 18th place. George Russell 19th. Marina Sato 20th. Mazepin 21st. And Nicholas Latifi once again at the back of the grid. And here we go. That's our grid set. Can Watanabe make his way up the grid? We'll have to wait and see. Here we go, the 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. We're back at the Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya. Let's see how our drivers go with lights out, and away they go. It's a great start for Max Verstappen off the line. Lewis Hamilton is falling back, and Sergio Perez in the Red Bull looks to be passing as well. Keita Watanabe, not a great start from him, heading down into turn 1. He's looking to see if he can make a move, but Stroll has the inside all handled out. He has to be cautious as his teammate, Yuki Tsunoda, in the other Toyota, gets a great start into P11, but he gets pipped by Carlos Sainz gets pipped by Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari, and now Keita Watanabe looking to see if he can make a move into turn 4 on Daniel Ricciardo, the last of the late breakers, but he gets squeezed out, he gets on the grass, and that's ruined his run, but Keita Watanabe is going to settle back into P10. And now, with DRS heading down those start-finish straight, Keita Watanabe on those soft tires. He has a bit of a gap to Carlos Sainz on the mediums. And let's see what he can do. He's closing on Daniel Ricciardo, who does not have the DRS. He's diving into turn 1, and that is a beautiful move. Ricciardo tries to do the switchback, but Keita Watanabe has got the place defended and good. And now he's set his sights on Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. In lap 6, and Watanabe comes in for his first of probably 2 pit stops. The Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya is very, very abrasive, very rough on the tires. And so Keita Watanabe having to pit probably for another time if he's on softs. He'll probably go to 2 sets of medium compound tires, which is generally the strategy that was predicted by Pirelli for this weekend. But let's see if he can get in front of Daniel Ricciardo as he enters his pit box. The Toyota crew raring to go. Is it going to be a good stop? Not a good stop. Pretty slow from the Toyota team. But here, 2.9 seconds. But he does go right ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. However, the McLaren driver is very up close to his rear wing, and that is not ideal for Keita Watanabe, who needs to make up places but will have to negotiate a lot of traffic. Hopefully, they will be pitting soon, so that way he doesn't have to work too hard. And here we go, approaching Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. And this should be a clean overtake through the blind right-hander of turn 9, onto the DRS straight, heading into turn 10. And let's see what he can do. He's breaking his slipstream. He's diving down the inside of the Williams. And that is a textbook overtake for the Toyota driver. And now he's approaching to his former teammate, Marina Sato. Approaching to Sato, very close, a great slingshot out of turn 16, and he's probably going to get the move done way before the corner. Here he goes, past the Alfa Romeo of his former Japanese teammate, and now closing on Charles Leclerc. Is he looking to maybe make a move? No, he's not, but he will probably be able to make one as the Ferrari is being held up by the slower Haas driver. Closing in on Charles Leclerc now. Keita Watanabe is DRS wide open. Leclerc with DRS, but he still is unable to get by the Haas, and the Toyota is closing at a rate of naught. Let's see what he can do. Diving down the inside of turn 1. Ooh, is there contact? I don't think there was contact. Just barely keeping it clean. And now Watanabe is going to see what he can do. Mazepin is slow out of the corner, and what a move by the Toyota driver. That looked way too easy for what it really was, and now he closes on George Russell. Closing in on the Williams. Can he do the same move that he did to his teammate? Let's see what he can do. Diving around the outside of turn 10, but that's a pretty easy move, and he's trying to protect the tires for later moves. Closing on the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Räikkönen. Is he going to go for the dive? No, he's not. He's going to wait a little bit. He knows he can make the move easily around the slower Alfa Romeo. But let's see what the Toyota driver can do. He's very close through turn 3. It looked as if he was going to make a move, but he goes through the inside of turn 4. You don't see moves around here, and he gets the move that he wanted to get done on Daniel Ricciardo. That was a beautiful move by the Toyota drivers. He cuts through the field. Closing in on Mick Schumacher now in the Haas, and Keita Watanabe has been giving us an overtaking masterclass as he closes in on the Haas driver. Is this going to be a clean overtake? And it looks like it's going to be, and he goes on the inside, and oh, there's contact! He makes contact! Well, Mick Schumacher breaks a lot later than the Toyota driver thought he did, and no, he has to wait a little longer for the move. Let's see the replay as he goes down the inside. He was a bit ahead, but Schumacher hits the brakes way earlier than he probably anticipated, but that was a definite hit. He moves a little aggressively to the side too, as to scare Schumacher from the move, but Schumacher ultimately, well, it was a pretty high speed though.
What the was that, honestly? Seriously?
Here goes Keita Watanabe for a second time on Mick Schumacher. Let's see if he can actually get the move across, opening DRS and ERS deployed down the long start-finish straight. The best opportunity for overtakes around this circuit. Here we go, and he gets the move done well before the corner, and there we go. That's a textbook move from the Toyota of Keita Watanabe. And here comes close to Sergio Perez, setting a purple first sector, probably aided by that DRS and the slipstream from the Haas of Mick Schumacher, but now getting a much better exit than the Red Bull of Sergio Perez, and he gets the move done very simply as well. I'll say this, the Toyota on race pace looks superior. Now down the stretch, and now all the medium tire runners are starting to pit, and so Watanabe is going to inherit a few places, and now he has clean air to unleash some pace. Heading on to lap 21 now as he crosses the line, and Max Verstappen, one of our race leaders, is pitting. But will he come out ahead of him? Yes, Watanabe pips Max Verstappen, and now he has to get some good pace if he wants to clear Verstappen. Heading into the pits now, Keita Watanabe for his second pit stop onto probably another set of medium compound tires. And we saw how good the Toyota looked with those medium tires, so let's see if he can keep that pace up on fresh tires as he heads into the pit lane. Hopefully the boys and girls at Toyota can give him a good change. And is that a front wing? It's a front wing! Toyota's changing the front wing, but it didn't seem as if there really was anything. Was the contact with Mick Schumacher earlier on in the second stint, did that cause any damage to his front wing? Did Toyota see something in the data? We have no idea, but that seriously impeded Watanabe's chances for points, and now he really has to fight to get back in the top 10. Here he goes, closing in on Esteban Ocon, and if there was pace without a front wing, then surely he'll get this move done as he tries to go around the outside of Esteban Ocon into turn 4. But here we go, he and the Alpine side by side are going to go into turn 5. Watanabe is the inside line, and he gets the move done beautifully. Sets a purple first sector and now closes on the AlphaTauri of Antonio Giovinazzi. Down the start-finish straight he goes, DRS, ERS, and without DRS, Giovinazzi is a sitting duck on that track as Watanabe clears him, and now there's only 2 cars ahead of him that prevents him from reaching the top 10. Heading now, he's closing the clean air. Watanabe showing some unreal pace as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 117.3. And look at this. Where have we seen this train of cars before? Watanabe's often been the caboose at the back of long DRS trains, and now can he get a move done? But unfortunately, in DRS trains, the DRS does nullify when everyone in front of you has DRS and slipstream. So Watanabe is really just going to have to go for old school racing if he wants to get by at least the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Let's see what he can do. Closing in now on the Aston Martin. He's much closer this time around, but 4 laps remaining in this race. There's not much time for Watanabe to get some points, but let's see what he can do. He's going to dive down the inside of the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, but he goes too deep! He goes too deep, he clatters over the sausage curb. He goes off the track. He surely will have to give that place back, and he does to the Aston Martin, but he's back on the pedal again. Through turn 3, he's getting a good slipstream, and he can't even get the move done on Ocon, as he did. No, but this time he's going to go on the inside of turn 4, and that is a beautiful move from the Toyota. And as the sky gets overcast, there was rains forecasted for this race as Max Verstappen pips the fastest lap from Keita Watanabe. We're on the final lap. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix. This is his second win of a row in this season. And unfortunately, with the DRS train ahead, Watanabe could not get by Lando Norris. That costly wing change in the pit lane definitely impeded on his chance for points. And it doesn't sound as though that front wing change was coordinated by the team. So there's definitely going to be words in that debrief at Toyota Racing. And with Watanabe, with a non-point scoring finish, having been level on points with Lewis Hamilton, he is now 25 points behind on the championship leader. Now Lewis Hamilton having a better run at a championship campaign than he did in 2021. This surely could the Mercedes driver get his 8th world championship this year. We'll have to wait and see. But Yuki Tsunoda gets his first points for Toyota Racing of a 7th place finish. That is a very good result from the Japanese driver. But his lead driver teammate, Keita Watanabe, struggling from a bad qualifying session and from that uncoordinated front wing change. He's definitely going to remiss the fact that he had the pace to at least get into the top 10. And there we go. He's worse in the standings than we anticipated. Watanabe falls behind Max Verstappen. Is now 25 points behind the championship. So he can maybe beat Verstappen in the next coming race, but it's going to be hard. Yuki Tsunoda brings himself up to 10th, and Toyota Racing firms itself in 3rd with 49 points behind. It might be a bit of a long shot to get the Constructors' Championship for Toyota, but there are 16 races left on this calendar. We'll have to wait and see what comes. And we head to Monaco, the crown jewel of the Formula 1 calendar next. Hopefully you'll join us then. Mercedes 1-2, Max Verstappen on third. Let's see what this championship fight has in store for us. Goodbye.